Hey everybody, I'm back at the hotel after my group stage matches, and I just wanted to sit down and share a little bit about the thoughts and emotions that I'm feeling after what I am very disappointed to say was a 0-5 record. Now, first of all, that's not to say I didn't have some good moments in the games. I very nearly won against both Sheena and Finbar, and of course had some decent guesses throughout the day, but I couldn't get there, guys. I could not pull out the victories, and it sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything. It's really, really disappointing, and I'm also almost embarrassed, honestly. I really tried to prove something not only to myself, but to the community that I have what it takes to compete at this level, and I feel like I've really dropped the ball on that front. It really is just a horrible feeling. Like, I look at the Group A record and I see myself 0-5. Everyone else had at least 2 wins, and I just had nothing. I feel like I didn't play at the level even I was hoping that I would achieve, and you guys know I have very, very high standards for myself, so I'm just disappointed. One other aspect of this, and you maybe know this as well if you've been following the discourse around the World Cup, is that I got here only yesterday. I barely landed 24 hours ago when I'm filming this. So the jet lag has been killing me, missing a night of sleep on the plane, and then just getting like 3-4 hours of sleep last night. I'm exhausted. I've not been able to focus properly. I don't even know if this video I'm making right now is going to be coherent at all. I hope it is. It sounds like an excuse, and it is kind of just coping, but it is a huge, huge aspect of the mental game. I know everyone is different, but I'm someone who really needs proper sleep to function properly, and when I don't have that, I just disappoint myself. The other really important thing I want to say is thank you everybody who has been cheering me on. I haven't been able to go back to the streams yet and see everyone in the chat, but I know a lot of you guys were there supporting me, and it means so much, seriously. And the words of encouragement in the Discord server, from replies on Twitter, everything like that, you guys are awesome. Even when I'm completely distraught and have basically given up, you guys are always there for me, so thank you, seriously. I've been throwing around the words embarrassed and disappointed on Twitter, in this video, Discord, and everything, just talking about this. So I want to explain a little bit more what I mean by that. I've said a few things already, but another aspect of the embarrassing part for me, and this maybe isn't as obvious to people who don't play GeoGuessr as much or aren't as involved in the competitive scene, but basically there's a threshold of skill and of knowledge for the World Cup players that I just don't meet. It's objectively true that I just have not studied nearly enough meta. I haven't memorized things. I don't have the experience that a lot of these players have. And so for me, it's embarrassing that I tried to not only convince myself, but the world that I did have what it takes to have won something today. Like, for example, in my game versus Consus, I'm missing Sakhalin. I'm guessing in Western Australia when it literally is impossible for it to be there with car meta. I'm pretty sure anyway. But yeah, simple things like that that have added up throughout the day today and cost me all of my games. Like, I just am behind on things like that, and it's frustrating. But I really do only have myself to blame. You have to put in the work to memorize all these clues to get good at using them in the game as well, and I have not done that. I really dropped the ball with practicing over the summer. I've been putting in so much more work into making videos for the channel and just other things in my life. I should not have put GeoGuessr on the back burner if I really wanted to prove myself here, and so this is the price I pay. This leads me to the other important thing I want to share, and I don't want this to sound like I'm giving up, because I've given this a lot of thought, not only today, but in the last days, weeks, and months leading up to the World Cup. But honestly, I'm not sure that I want to continue pursuing competitive, like, World Cup level GeoGuessr. Obviously, I still love the game. I will never stop playing GeoGuessr. I will never stop trying to be at least somewhat good at the game. But for me, and this has been a struggle for such a long time now, trying to keep up at the level of play, especially now in 2024, I have just not been able to do it. Now, again, I know I haven't practiced nearly as much as I should have, but every time that I have tried to sit down and really memorize all the meta information and things like that that have come out, it just numbs my mind, and I can't get it into my head. Like, I try so hard to be like, okay, I'm so interested in learning all the Kazakhstan roads or something like that. I sit down for a few hours, I try to do it, and I just, by the end, I completely have lost interest. Now, I do not mean to discredit at all the people who are able to memorize that, who are interested in that, or the people who have written these research metas and documents and things like that. It's seriously incredible work. I'm so impressed and humbled by it, honestly. But yeah, it's just not the style of thing that I'm good at or I'm interested in myself in learning. That's something I've been struggling with a long time when playing GeoGuessr, especially now that it's become an esport in the last year or two. To keep up at this point, from my perspective, it's just an insurmountable skill gap, honestly. That's how I'm feeling. That's how I felt for a while, and today just kind of drove that home for me. So instead of me grinding for the next regionals for the next few months, instead I'm going to focus on returning as a caster for those regional events and continuing to improve this channel and the content that I'm producing for you guys. I absolutely love making videos, both GeoGuessr and the geography fact stuff. I just really want to pursue that and push myself to become a top tier content creator in the geoguessr geography scene, rather than trying to have the best of both worlds by being like a top pro player and a top creator. Props to people like Zigzag who are actually able to do that. Man is built different. I don't know how he does it. But yeah, for me, there's only so much room I have in my life and in my brain for stuff, and I've just sort of realized that I've hit a breaking point. But yeah, just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. I know I've been rambling a lot in this video, and again, I have a massive headache. I'm so tired, so I don't know if what I've been saying makes any sense, but hopefully it does. I also just want to give a quick shout out to Toby. I was talking with him in the taxi ride back to the hotel, and he really encouraged me to be open in this video, even more so than I was already planning. So hopefully I've given you guys a good insight into things that I've been feeling today. And hopefully this wasn't just a snooze fest yap session from me. I'm sorry if it was, but thank you for taking the time to hear me out today. And thank you again, everyone who's been cheering me on and showing me love. You guys are insane. I love you all so much, and I cannot thank you enough. So everyone, thank you again for watching. Until next time, have a good rest of your day.